Here's the vehicle before work begins. It has heavy scratches on the hood area and heavy swirls all around. You'll be able to see it by looking close at the light, the reflection in the light. You'll see the swirls around that really easy. Now here's the interior before work. Work begins with cleaning the wheels, tires, and wheel wells. So I forgot to record the wash process. Here's a look at the floor mats after I washed them. This customer brought this truck in and it has quite a bit of swirl out throughout the paint. This would be considered heavy swirling. I've already washed this, but it has quite a bit of dust on it. But you can see the swirl still. And there's particularly heavy up here. But the good news is that I can get these out. So I did a little test spot right here with the light polisher. I didn't use a heavy polish or a heavy machine, but as you can see, clearly makes a huge difference. Just a quick little test spot. So when I'm finished, it'll look even better than this area. But it shows you that swirls are definitely able to be removed. Interior work.
Here's the complete finished interior.
Now the exterior work begins. We'll start with the clay bar as you see here. Next, it's time to start the paint correction, also known as buffing or polishing. So we're going to start polishing now. And since I'm doing a two-step paint correction, two-step buff and polish, your first step is what's called a cutting step. That's where you try to remove most of the defects. By doing so, you use a heavy cut wool or maybe a microfiber pad and a heavy cut polish. A wool pad, wool cuts very well, keeps down the heat, but it also doesn't finish very well. It leaves not a perfectly shiny, smooth finish, but we're doing a two-step process here. So after I go around with the first one, I'll go back over the vehicle with a polishing finishing pad, which will really bring out the shine. That's the benefit of having a two-step, especially when you have a vehicle that's very swirled, has a lot of scratches and defects. You can go around the first time, cut through those defects, even though you're going to leave some buffer trails and holograms, which is what the rotary machine is known for. It doesn't finish very well. So since we're doing the two-step, I can go ahead and use the wool pad, or I got two. I got a microfiber cutting pad and a wool cutting pad. I'm going to see which one works better. So yeah, I'll probably throw the wool pad on first, do a test spot, put the microfiber pad on, do a test spot with that, and see where we're at. So I'm editing this video now, and I see that could maybe be a little bit confusing. So to try to shorten all that up, let me just say that in this video we're doing a two-step paint correction process. The first step, we'll use a heavy cut polish and a heavy cut pad to remove most of the defects. Then we'll go back over with the second step and we'll use a refining polish and a refining pad to refine the defects, remove any remaining defects, and really bring up the gloss and the depth and the clarity. So I just wanted to make sure that that was clear, that the two-step process is one heavy cut process, and then the second one, the refining, and then even after that, that's when we apply either a ceramic coating or a sealant or a wax or whatever type of protection. So I just wanted to make sure that was clear. Back to your regular schedule. Here we're doing test spots to determine which pad is best for this paint. That was the wool pad, and as you can see here, wool pads make quite a mess. Well, at least the first time you use them. After you use it for a while, it doesn't link quite as much. So we're gonna do test 2 with a microfiber cutting pad. I'm using very, very light pressure because I don't want to heat this up. It's going to get warm no matter what, especially with a microfiber cutting pad. The wool, that's the benefit. It doesn't heat up. And you don't want to put a bunch of heat and cool down and heat up and cool down a paint surface, because that can lead to clear coat failure. So I'm putting very, very little pressure on it. I'm also doing this in a little bit of sunlight, which isn't ideal. So I'll wipe these off and we'll take a close look. So you can already see the buffer trails in this one. Let me see if I can get a good look at it. So do you see these sort of lines right in here? There. That's what's called a buffer trail. And that's what these heavy cut pads leave behind. And there's not a whole lot you can do it, but when you're doing a two-step paint correction, it doesn't matter, because you're gonna go back over it with a finishing pad to cut, or a finishing pad and polish, which will remove all of that and leave a perfectly smooth, glassy finish. So this is a panel wipe. It will remove the polishing, the lubricating oils that's in the polish, and any kind of grease or anything on the surface, so you can really see your surface better. Which is kind of leaving a trail itself. Because I'm in the sun. Decided to do one more test with a different pad. Try this purple one and see. Spot 1, spot 2, spot 3. Now that I've decided what pad to use and what polish to use, let's get to work. that's the end of step 1. So stage 1 is completed, the cutting stage. So hopefully we've cut through at least 90% of the defects, which we have. I've been checking my progress. And now we're gonna move on to the refining stage to remove all the buffer trails that the rotary polisher has caused while it was decutting. And then really refine the gloss, bring out the depth and the clarity of the clear coat. This is the money shot. This is the payoff. This is the pay dirt, whatever you want to call it. So we'll get this weight down, and then we'll start with the second stage. Do it. Here we go with stage 2. So today is the beginning of day 4 on this job. Day 1, we prepped the paint, washed it, did the wheel wells, all that stuff. Then we started on the interior. Day 2, we did the interior and clayed the exterior. Day 3, yesterday, we did stage 1 of the polish. And now this morning, it is 11:30 a.m. I've just finished the rest of the stuff for stage 1, a couple little small pieces, and now I'll begin stage 2, refining the finish. So let's go. At this time I'm using a dual action polisher, which is a lot heavier, and I'm using a foam pad because this is the other pad, wool pad, like I was saying, is a cutting pad. This is a one-step pad, so it cuts and finishes. So it'll cut through any remaining defects, but it'll also leave a beautiful finish. Spread the polish out, here we go. Now we'll prepare the paint for the ceramic coating. Okay, so 2-stage polish, right behind me there. 2-stage polish is complete. Finished it up last night. I didn't come in till 9:30 or 10 or something, but here it is, 9 a.m. and I'm getting ready to put the coating on. But before you put the coating on, you have to go over it with a panel wipe, which it's like a rubbing alcohol based. It's not rubbing out. You can use rubbing alcohol, but they make specific products just for it. But so in the polishes, there's lubricating oils. So when the machine is turning the pad on the paint, you know, it won't scratch. You want lubricating oil to make it a smooth process, along with the I don't know, that it gets scientific, but so you want to remove all those lubricating oils. You want to remove any waxes or sealants that was on the paint from before, anything like that, because if you just, it's like a sticker. So if you put a sticker on paint without like rubbing it with alcohol or something first, it's not going to stick as well. Eventually it's going to peel up. So you go over it with this process to remove all the oils and waxes and any more dirt and whatever that's on the surface. So when you put the coating on, it's on a freshly clean, pure, uncontaminated, for the most part, surface. So that's what we're doing now. Now I'll install the ceramic coating. So I've already done the roof, but it's kind of hard to film on the roof, so figured I'd start showing it here. Obviously, we are now applying the ceramic coating. This is a professional level 5-year ceramic coating. I am a certified installer for this coating. I'm proud of it. So you apply it, and as you can see, it's already kind of turning into a rainbow color, sort of. I don't know if it's showing up on the camera. That's what's called flashing. Once it flashes, you're ready to wipe with your first towel. And then you come back with another clean towel and buff it off. Here I'm spraying undercarriage spray on the wheel wells and suspension parts. It'll give it a much cleaner look. Having already cleaned the wheels and tires in the first step, I'll now apply tire shine and protection to the tires. This is a tire wax, which will make it last for weeks rather than days. Now, one of the very last steps, I'll apply the ceramic coating topper on top of the ceramic coating, which will give it a little bit more gloss and protect the coating while the coating is still curing. Here we go with the finished product. Two-step paint correction, ceramic coated, interior, all the trim restored, applied the topper for the ceramic coating, and here she is, finished product.